I've been following this case closely, and there is a lot of information that, for whatever reason, I don't know, that is not being spread publicly about it.
Now, let me ask you this. Now,
Sure.
how do you know these things? Are these rumors? Or you got some kind of insight or something? I mean, we're not just gonna be talking bullshit, right? Like, this.
No. So there are people that are actually following the case that are in the courtrooms. It's in New York. Mm-hmm. So there are people that are following the case that have been reporting from the actual courtroom about what's happening, sharing transcripts, sharing what they've been seeing on video, which are things that have not been shared publicly or with, people like TMZ or People's Magazine and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Double Toasted Live in Los Angeles is going to be Saturday, April 27th for a night of comedy games and that after party. We're on to something that is, man, we had fun talking about that movie. We've been having fun tonight. We've been having a good time with y'all. Let's move on to something that's going to bring y'all down a little bit, but we got to talk about it. And we've been talking about this for a while, wondering which direction it was going to go, how this was going to end up. We held in there for a while. We had hope. We thought that mouse was going to get him through, man, but doesn't seem to be the case for y'all know who. Jonathan Majors, man. Shit, even he's giving up right now.
Y'all not gonna abandon me now, are you?
Well, he kind of did himself in.
Yeah.
Yeah. He and it always comes down to, you can fight things that people say, but when you put it down in words, man.
Oh, he wrote it down?
They found those texts.
Okay.
He put it down in text. So and what happened was, and see, here you have it's from Associated Press. Jonathan Majors begged accuser to avoid hospital, warning of possible investigation, messages show. And now you go into these messages. Thing is, he's saying, still don't know what happened. I'm still not clear, but he's saying things that will put in people's heads domestic abuser. Mm-hmm. Saying things like, oh, well, tell him you bumped your head. Uh-huh. If you don't tell the doctors everything, because that get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Just keep that between us. And then goes on to be it's one thing to come across like a domestic abuser, but then it's another thing where you just come off like you just an emotionally disturbed person that wants to abuse people because you ain't right in the head.
Okay.
He's been talking about, he says, well, I'm a terrible person. Now he's doing this thing of like trying to, I guess after his actions, mm-hmm. Now he's trying to, I guess, make himself kind of sympathetic.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a monster. I don't know why I do these things. I don't deserve to live. I'm going to kill myself. And he's been talking about killing himself for several texts. So people looking at this and they're saying, listen, I don't know what to think, but it ain't good. Yeah. I mean, none of this stuff. Mm-hmm. There's not one positive thing in this text about you. And all of it is coming from you, from your writing, from your mouth. She ain't said none of this shit. All this is you saying, hey, when you go to the doctor, say you bumped your head. Yeah. Oh, God damn it. I'm going to kill myself. I love you so much. So and here's the text right here, man. Let me see here.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's like some of the emails we get.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. When shit gets this long, people just kind of like, I don't want to read this shit. I take your word for it.
The point of text is to keep it short.
Well, shit, you try to cover your tracks. You start making novels then. Say You Bumped Your Head by Jonathan Majors. Author Jonathan Majors. Shit, he wrote a longer book than that dude Jeffrey Wright's character in that last movie we talked about, man. It says here, in text messages between Jonathan Majors and accuser Grace Jabari, the Marvel actor appears to admit physical violence against his ex. So he ratted himself out.
Yeah.
You can't be doing this shit and writing it down. You cannot write the words, say you bumped your head. You cannot write that.
I don't write jack shit down.
No. When y'all planning capers and shit, don't draw no map and shit. Leave instructions around. You better memorize that shit. You better memorize it. If you have no perspective of what could happen, let me see. Yeah. This is it. I fear You have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. Majors 34 texted Jabari, who was 30, in September 2022. They will ask you questions. And as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to investigation, even if you do lie and they suspect something. It goes on right here to say, in the text messages displayed to the jury and read into the record by Jabari on her fourth and final day on the stand on Friday, Jabari had assured Majors that she would not blame him for causing an injury to her head. I will tell the doctors I bumped my head. Jabari cried. Oh, she put them tears on too. Mm-hmm. She cried as she read. She wasn't able to continue, so the assistant district attorney, Kelly Galloway, took over. I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but if I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers, that's all. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear that I want to be with you? So.
Okay, they got some kind of relationship that's kind of out there.
Some would say abusive, you know?
Yeah, codependent, abusive.
But, it's this thing where, now this is how it's going to look, because you can call it codependency, but it's going to look like he physically hurt her.
Yeah.
And then it's going to look like he was dominating and controlling.
Yeah.
Like he was getting in her head.
Yeah.
So they gonna see this as a back and forth. They're going to see him as the one who's doing this.
I know.
Shit, he can.
I know.
I mean, I know we wanted a Marvel villain, but goddamn, we didn't want to spill over to real life. I mean, shit. I almost slept out at me. And you tell him,
man, that could have changed Quantum Mania all around.
Oh,
if he got in Ant-Man's face like that.
Hell
choking him and shit.
Now, when I beat your ass, you go back and tell your wife that you failed, all right? Why would I tell him anything else? I mean, I want us to be cool, man. You're goddamn right. Yeah. This is a terrible thing, man. Now, and it's awful because I mean, I'm gonna ask you a question, and you can. And I'm not asking you to give me an answer at all. I'm just gonna ask you, somebody who's been very fair with this. Is he done?
Is he? Yeah. That's too much, just stark evidence. Now, is he done forever? I don't know. He goes away and time passes and he comes back and people are like, "Hey, didn't he do that thing?" But I mean, look, the big thing for us was like, man, what a amazing black actor we have. Like. He's new on the scene. I mean, relatively new. And you can always tell he's one of the best in the business. Maybe, he is pretty much inheriting the mantle of Denzel Washington. So to have this happen is tragic. And then, boom, boom, boom. He's getting the big pictures. He's already in the big bad for the Marvel Universe. Mm-hmm. But then the Marvel Universe is kind of folding in on itself anyway. Like, what they used him for with Kang is such that it's if Kang goes away, people are not going to be upset like they might have been if those movies had been.
Well, no, that's true.
So I mean, he's losing out at a time when things were kind of going away anyway, and like for the foreseeable future, I think he's done.
Well, here's the sad thing about it. I don't know what they would have done with Kang. People are already talking about it wasn't working, but what would have happened had none of this been reported, or he had never done any of these.
Let's say he had never done it.
In another multiverse, another variant or something. Let's say in another multiverse, he never committed any of these accusations. Even if they did decide to do something different with the character, even if they decide to take it in a different direction, he'd be going out on top.
Yes.
And he would have momentum because not only is would he be getting the respect for they would say, man, this character
it's not working, but
as an actor and what he brought to it was amazing.
Right. And
he would have gone out on top.
Yeah.
And maybe they would have used him for something else. He was already in the Marvel universe, cinematic universe, so he would have been used for something else probably.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah. But
he also has a movie about they really don't want to release this, about a disturbed bodybuilder.
Oh, really?
That's coming out. Magazine Dreams, I think is what it's called.
Huh.
That's why he's been getting so huge.
Why he's been getting so huge.
Yeah, what let me see here. What's the name of that movie, y'all? And it's terrible for the director because they were talking about how the director was he created a great film. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Majors' performance was incredible in it. They said, yeah, Magazine Dreams. They said, listen, man, this is one of those things that leads you on the road to Oscars. If not this movie, definitely it's going to lead to something else that's going to get you out there.
Yeah.
Magazine Dreams, he totally committed to this role to get huge.
Yeah, I mean, he was already big for Creed 3.
Yeah. He right when he didn't think he'd get any bigger. Yeah, he did. So they're gonna bury this movie, man, and all the hard work of all these people that worked in this movie. The director's gonna suffer. All the other actors are gonna suffer the way they're gonna bury this movie, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. It's for what you're saying. It sounds like it probably won't get that theatrical release.
Yeah.
But, streaming, it'll come out somewhere.
No, I think that now with this. Is he gone forever? Probably. I don't know. That depends on whether there's prison time with this or whatever. But there's a chance he could come back and act again.
Yeah.
But he will not come back in the capacity that he was because he had a once in a lifetime momentum going, and that's going to be gone.
Yeah. That momentum won't be there. But there's been some actors who have committed murder and come back and worked again.
You got an example?
Yes. Michael T. Williams, who played Bubba Gump. Played Bubba in the Forrest Gump movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. But he,
Well, was it manslaughter? Was it was it an accident in a car or something?
I don't know.
Because there's people who come back after, like Matthew Broderick. Uh-huh. He killed somebody by accident.
No. I think with Michael T. Williams, it was murder.
Wow.
And he's got that name, like he's one of those actors, like you see him and stuff, you're like, wait, isn't that? I think that's him. He was the big bad on a season of Justified. Just not anything Oscar worthy, but just working.
Well, that's probably what'll happen. But the thing is, this guy's going to have to start over.
Yeah, he's got to start over.
He's going to have to start over, and he will never. And I'm going to tell you right now, with that bit of history in your, on you, with that on your record, people are not going to look at you the same. He's not going to be able to get back to where he was at all.
Well, this is just so public. That's the thing. Like when I talk about actors who done these things and bounce back, that's a thing that a lot of people don't even know. But now it's so public.
Like, will he be able to get an Oscar after this? No, I don't think so. Will he be able to get the roles and the momentum that he had before? No, I don't think so. I don't know if he's going to be doing, if he's going to be doing like home, straight to video movies or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But I know this. It does suck, like you said, because, man, this guy was, for a lot of Black people out there, it was great to see him getting to where he is. Like you said, he was going to be probably the next Denzel out there. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a great actor. He was beginning to be considered a sex symbol. Mm-hmm. I mean, right when this shit came out, I know there's a girl, the next day she went to the bathroom and knocked the out herself because she just wrote an article the day before saying the sexiness or the hotness of Jonathan Majors. Mm. Yeah, it wasn't even I think it was a girl of color, but it wasn't even a Black girl that wrote it. Yeah. So he was beginning to be mainstream sexy.
Oh yeah.
He was on his way to being Time's Sexiest Man of the Year.
Yeah. He was on a meteoric rise, and it was one of those situations where he earned it. A lot of times somebody's getting that just because, they're the new young, hot, sexy thing. But it was like, no, I've been following his career for a while. Yeah. And everything I've seen him in, I've been impressed.
Yeah. So if any of this stuff is true, now I don't know, this case might take a turn where it's like,
it could.
Oh my God, he was the victim. I don't know. And then I think he will have a better chance of getting back out there. But I'm just saying, if we leaving it where we are right now with these texts, it ain't looking good for him. And I can tell you right now that Disney's already making plans to drop this.
Yeah.
That mouse is like, get his ass out of here.
I mean, it'll just be like, we're not renewing the Kang option.
No.
I mean, getting rid of him is super easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, get him out of here. Well, I'll whoop his ass. Shit. with my money.
Oh,
Somebody,
no, Vicky. I think he could take you.
oh yeah, where is he? Roll up his
pipe cleaner arms.
Black arms, pipe cleaner arms. I don't let these goddamn pipe cleaners fool your ass. I'll whoop you. Somebody wants to get on Discord because listen, I'm reading these texts right here. Somebody said they might have some other information. I'll bring you on Discord, let you say what you got to say, because like I said, I don't know.
What you're reading, yeah, it doesn't sound good. I don't know if it's the full, smoking gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like you said, it's could take another turn.
Yeah, but man, when you hit a woman, boy, that's shit. Today?
Yeah, it ain't like in the old days.
No, because back in the day, and I ain't saying it's right. Back in the day, women used to get their ass beat all the time, and that shit was kept under wraps.
Yeah,
because they didn't want the actor to lose his job. The studio didn't want to look bad. Yeah. I'm not saying that's right at all. No, it's right. It's terrible. I mean, this is what should be happening. When people are abused. But yeah, back in the day, wouldn't it? You were able to hide that shit a little bit better.
It's just but now this being public, it's a part of what you think of when you think of him.
Yeah.
Like not being public means as an actor, you can disappear into a role.
Yeah.
And there's no other baggage attached to it.
Yeah. No, very true. All right. This is Tyrese Simon. At least that's what I'm waiting on. Tyrese, I got you on here, man. Let me know when you're, did I bring you into I brought you in.
Make sure I see my camera.
There he is.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing right. Great, man. How are you, Martin? You doing all right?
Doing all right.
I'm doing all right too. How you doing?
I'm doing well. To give you information on myself, I'm a journalist. Cover wrestling, boxing, stuff like that. But I've been following this case closely, and there is a lot of information that, for whatever reason, I don't know, that is not being spread publicly about it.
Now, let me ask you this. Now,
Sure.
How do you know these things? Are these rumors? Or you got some kind of insight or something? I mean, we're not just gonna be talking bullshit, right? Like, this.
No. So there are people that are actually following the case that are in the courtrooms. It's in New York. Mm-hmm. So there are people that are following the case that have been reporting from the actual courtroom about what's happening, sharing transcripts, sharing what they've been seeing on video. Which are things that have not been shared publicly or with people like TMZ or People's Magazine and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. You gonna say one of those things are?
Oh, so one of the things I was going to say about the thing you read was that a lot of people are taking those text messages, which are redacted. There are not those. That's not the full text messages of what happened. Okay. And those are also from 2022. Mm-hmm. There was an incident in London where those text messages came from that detail of what that investigation has been going on for a year and there's really been no movement on that. So I don't know what's going on in that situation. But regarding the situation, the text messages are damning. There's no doubt about it. It looks away. What is not being reported is the situations with the girlfriend who was on testimony. She was on cross-examination, and she admitted that she attacked Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, you've heard that. Mm-hmm. Like there has been reports that she had admitted to they attacking, going to your whole thing of having this whole big toxic relationship between the both of them.
So one of the people that I would say that I was following the case, I think her name is Danny. She's been giving updates every day from the courtroom regarding it. One of the things that's not being reported is that he was escaping. So that whole car situation, she admits that she took the phone from him. She admits that she tried to not let him get the phone back. Mm-hmm. And then he requested the driver to stop the car and then proceeded to try to leave. She tried to follow him out the car, and he was trying to not shove her or throw her like a football like they've been trying to say, but he placed her in the car to try to get her away from her, trying to back her off as she's trying to escape. This is on video, so the people that are in the courtroom, they can see this video of him trying to escape from the car, and she's following him.
He's like, see?
Yeah, told y'all. Well, let me ask you this. Well, from here, well, we can't do nothing serious, right? This man up here trying to save this man's life and his career. We up here bullshit. Hey, listen, let me ask you then with the information that you have, and I was wondering what was going on with this whole thing of her attacking him. I mean, for one, he's a huge dude, so it's still not going to look good. I don't think if he's hitting her. If he hit her, I don't think that looks good on him. Now, a shove or something, maybe, but if he hit her, that's still gonna look bad on him. But what's going on?
If somebody's attacking you and you're trying to get them off of you,
yeah,
you could, try to place, you could shove, a hand might go out.
Exactly.
I'm not saying like you trying to punch them, but it's just like, please stop.
Well,
off me.
That's what I was saying. I said if he pushed her or something, and that's a different thing. If they prove that he actually hit her, in a different situation, that's still gonna look bad on him. But you having information that you've been reading, obviously you've been keeping up with this way more than either one of us here. How do you think this situation is gonna be working out?
I honestly, that's kind of the thing. We still have to let it play out. I see a lot of people are already writing it off from the text messages, which again are from 2022 and not related to this case.
Oh, interesting.
And, this is a situation where, again, there are things about this. There are things that's happening that are being said in court that are not being talked about. For example, as well, I brought up the part about him running away. They have on video, on footage, him running away, her grabbing her jacket, trying to keep him in the car, and then he just full sprints down the block, going 5 blocks with her chasing after him for 5 blocks.
God damn.
Going at full speed.
Yeah, I really don't know what to think about this. I do think listen, as far as him and his career trajectory, I think it's sad, if he's not being, if he's not the person that the media is trying to portray him as being right now. I think it's sad that his career is being interrupted like this and taken down. If he did do something, then it's still sad because, like I said, there's a victim involved. But either way it goes, the worst thing is that there's just, you can't win at this point.
I know.
It's that's the real tragedy behind it. Like if he didn't do anything, I think he's still done. Disney's not going to want to be dealing with this. Now. What's that?
I said that the stench of it is kind of on him now, which is unfortunate because you gotta let it play out in court.
Yeah.
And there's another thing, an element to this that is kind of being talked about in court is that, we'll see how it plays out, but we're seeing a pattern of having a drinking problem as well. And that you've seen in the article that you read, her requesting sleeping pills.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something where just let me paint the picture for you real quick. She goes after the incident with Jonathan Majors. She goes to a club with 3 random strangers. In the club, she's drinking, she's doing this and that, and one of the defense is noting that she's doing all this with what she said is a fractured finger. Mm-hmm. Now, with the fractured finger, she's moving her hand, she's touching her hair, stuff like that. She's picking up things, putting them down. Mm-hmm. There's one point where she's drinking a lot from the reports from the case. And she actually bumps her head on a DJ table.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of situations going on, and there's a lot of inconsistencies in her story as well, pertaining to, she goes home and she said originally that she wiped the blood off the back of her head and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah, so many details.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot of but then you see it on. There's video of her touching her head and stuff like that. No blood, nothing coming out of it. So the question has been, well, if you have a fractured finger, what you were saying, how are you able to do certain things with your hand? How are you fixing how are you doing touching stuff? How are you fixing things? I've had injuries before, like something like this. I'm a big guy. I can't even do shit like that.
Yeah, but you said she was drinking a lot, so she may have been numb to the pain.
That could be a case too.
I like the way he's like, don't be no lawyer, man, because like,
no. That could be
No,
that could be the case too. But there are a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of just unknown about this to give a final verdict and saying he's guilty.
No, that's what I was saying. I wasn't trying to say he was guilty myself.
No, I fully agree with that.
Yeah, no, no, man. And listen, I appreciate you coming in. This is why I wanted somebody else to come in and say something, man. I really appreciate you bringing that evidence in there. Shit, maybe you should go to court and defend him, man.
I moved from New York, brother.
Where do you live now?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay.
North Carolina.
Man, but he needs you, man. Come on, man.
There are people out there that are reporting from the site and giving information and stuff like that. One thing I know, gotta show the run. One thing I want to say before you go, one of the things that came out the same day as those text messages was the police officer that was on duty that was overseeing everything. And the reason that's significant is he's the one that arrested and handled the situation. In his testimony, cross-examination testimony, he admitted that he lied about one of the injuries that the girlfriend had. He said that there was a laceration on her eye, and then on the stand he said that was false. So there are a lot of information and things that are coming out of this case that is not being reported about or talked about. But the most sensationalized thing is the text messages, which out of context you'll think happened in March 2023 instead of 2022.
Yeah, I was wondering about the context.
Well, hey, man, thank you for sharing all that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really, really good to have another opinion here. And thank you for bringing all that information here, man. I really do appreciate having you here.
Definitely. I've been following you guys for a long time. And I know you guys were talking about this, so I just wanted to just give you just more context to it. Just so you kind of say, okay, his career may be in jeopardy, but there's a lot at play and a lot of things that's going on here that is not being talked about or it's more centralized.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
Definitely.
And before you go, I see there's a poll being taken right now. Skull did this poll, I'm sure. And it says here, with this new info that I'm sure said that you received, do you think that he's guilty or not guilty? And a lot of people are saying not guilty. 86% of people say, he's not guilty, at least with the new information that you have right here.
I mean, really, with all this information, it does sound like he could be acquitted. And then if he is, that won't knock him down as much.
No, it won't. It'll still hurt. That's the thing. It'll still.
Yeah. It won't be the.
I have a question for you, Corey.
Yes,
real quick.
Yes, sir. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me find you. Hold on. Where'd you go? Where the hell are you? There you go. Yes, sir.
A question for you, right? So Marvel's kind of in a pickle here as well because they can't necessarily get rid of Jonathan Majors at this point because if he is found not guilty, well, you can't get rid of him because you set a precedent with you got guys like Josh Brolin and other people that have had allegations and stuff like that have still stayed on. This could also lead to a lawsuit if they were to get rid of him. So I think I could understand why they're hesitant to not get rid of him and move on so quickly.
Well, they got rid of James Gunn and they didn't face a lawsuit.
Yeah. You know what? I think, and there's a difference between, Josh Brolin, what did he do?
Yeah, what was his?
Oh, Josh Brolin, I believe it's the same domestic violence allegations, if I'm not mistaken.
I guess his case was, I'm not even saying like he's guilty, just Jonathan Major's case is just so public now. That's the thing that's really, that hurts. I would say, I don't know, Martin, I'm sure has an opinion about this. I would say payoff. Disney might just be ready to pay him off and just say, hey, this is what we can go to court if you want to. And I think you know how that's going to work out. But I think if you put it that way, payoff maybe? I don't know.
No. I mean, if there's a contract.
Yeah.
And they can't get him on morals if he's found, if he's acquitted, found innocent, then it could be a payoff. Yeah. Or just it's like, hey, we got you under contract. We'll call you when we want to make a movie with you, Don't sit by the phone, though.
That's him waiting on the call.
Yeah.
It'll ring.
Like picking it up every so often. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, hey, man, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. No problem. Have a nice day, guys.
All right, take it easy.
Later.
Okay. Here's one possible silver lining.
Yeah, I need it. What is it?
All right. So where he was going, that like being the big bad at Marvel all of a sudden, meant he was reaching that stratosphere where he might have become less of an actor and more of a movie star. Start resting on his laurels. With this, hopefully, if he's acquitted, he'll have to start maybe not at the bottom, but somewhere back in the middle. He'll have to keep trying hard.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He'll be back. He'll still be hungry.
Yeah, he'll go back to getting interesting roles and stuff like that. Yeah, I think he was that way anyway, but more so now. Because you're right. Being a movie star can really, that can change you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like you say, stay hungry.
Exactly.
Oh, shit. Of course, his big ass is. I mean, that's not going to be a problem.